What about Manchester United? I mean, they put a run together, then they lose, everyone would expect them to beat Everton, then they lose. But today, actually, on paper, away at Crystal Palace,
it's a tough one.
Is where they've really struggled in the past, and to turn that around and get back to winning ways.
Yeah, they did. They've done it very well. And one player I was particularly impressed with was Xerxes. You know, I know he scored in the game, but his link-up play and the way Man United played in certain times of the game was, you could see something happening. It was very cohesive, passing the ball around. It was really nice. You know, and then in the end, you know, after going a goal down, you know, they came back and won the game, showed a lot of character. And, you know, obviously they're going to have to build on that. But we don't know how long this is going to happen with Man United. You know, they could come up again. I don't know who they got next week, but they could come next week. They could just easily lose the game.
West Ham at home on Thursday. That's Xerxes scoring for the first time in 364 days, incredibly. What about Mason Mount, who's a player you know well from the Chelsea days? He's been through so much. He eventually got the match-winning goal. Pleased for him?
I am so pleased for him because I think he's a player that he can give so much more. In Chelsea, actually, you know, in the year where we won the Champions League, I think he was instrumental in many ways. He was one of the key players, and to see him kind of in a way regression, going back, it makes me sad because I know him. His value as a player, also as a person. So I'm pleased for today. I hope he can get, you know, injury-free and continue progressing because he has all the ability to do that.
Was that quick thinking, Wrighty, or did you think Dean Henderson could have done a little bit better?
No, I think Dean Henderson's totally let down by the wall. I don't think they were ready. Look, you can see Mateta, look, he's just turned round. The ball just broke. You got Nketiah and the 10, they just broke from the wall. The ball didn't stay together. It was poor from Crystal Palace, and I think you probably got to blame the goalkeeper and that should have been sorted ages. Should have been sorted ages ago in that particular instant.
Looking from the outside, overall, there's so many questions to be asked of Manchester United. Where are they at for you? Because they've gone into the top 8 again, 2 or 3 points off the Champions League places.
It's so difficult to judge this team. You know, one day you look...
Do you like Ruben Amorim, looking from the outside?
I mean, I saw some of the things that his team, they do. When they get it going, they're very good to watch. They produce... they are very good offensively. I think they have a certain weakness defending. It is a team that sometimes doesn't defend as well as they do attack. And my opinion is that if you don't get the defending going, and you're going to always struggle, even offensively eventually.
Yeah, absolutely right. The thing is that like coming through like I did with George Graham at Arsenal and all the managers since, you always build it on the defence, because then you just let the flair players who are up front, and they have got a few who can do, but you know, obviously Bruno's playing in a deeper position, and ideally, if you've got the right players, Bruno plays further forward because he is an offensive player. Ahmad as well, good player. You know, players like this who can create and then can score. So, you know, once Man United get that properly sorted, which we've been waiting for a while to get that midfield sorted, and then Bruno could play in his right position, then you feel that defenders are needed. You know, I mean, Euro made the error with the penalty, but I think they need more experienced defenders, and then they need I don't know, just for Moses Caicedo, that kind of midfielder, Belieber, who they've been linked with Brighton. I don't know if that's going to happen sooner or later, but they need that midfield player who can anchor them, and then you can get, whether it's Bruno, even Mason Mount, you know, like pushing forward off of him. There's so much more to be done for United that once they get that sorted, goalkeeper, I think, as well. Need a goalkeeper situation sorted properly, defensive-wise, and then that midfielder.
And just a quick mention in terms of the top 4, Aston Villa are in it. After that dreadful start, they've hit real consistency and momentum in all competitions under Unai Emery.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. The coach is an unbelievable coach, I have to say. It's structured, organised, and his teams, they will always be there because they might have a different a problem in a certain period as they had at the beginning, but they will always be back in fighting. He is so well structured. He's so well organized. I played against him when we were at Chelsea, and he was the coach of Arsenal. And I was so impressed of the work that he does with the team. I always thought that it was one of the most organized teams we play against as Chelsea. And so you can see he works a lot on the team.
Yeah.
And they know what they're doing. They go through difficult moments, but they're always they're fighting for something.
Well, they've won 7 out of 8 in the Premier League now.
Yeah, but you know, like when you hear about Unai and you hear the players, the preparation, you know, the videos they have to watch, the constant, the structural play and that, it doesn't surprise me when they go on these kind of runs, because if the players take on what he's trying to give them, then they're going to get that right. It's only when they don't get it right, the players themselves, it doesn't work. But when they do, this is when Villa starts.
He's very solid.
Yeah.
You know, it goes back to what we were talking about before about Manchester United, you know. Sometimes they are so brilliant going forward, it's good to watch, but sometimes you can see they're not on the same level defensively. And I heard Maresca many times saying the same. You know, you have to be balanced as a team. You have to be good going forward, but at the same time you need to defend well. Otherwise, it doesn't work. It's a structure that sooner or later it will fail.
It will fail, yeah.
OK, well, that is the weekend complete, but no rest for the wicked. We are back this week, of course, with Tuesday, Wednesday and Thursday action in the Premier League. 3 games on Tuesday. Spurs with that second-best away record. Go to Newcastle, who just put back-to-back wins together. And City, of course, 5 points behind Arsenal, are away at Fulham. Then 6 games on an action-packed Wednesday evening. The leaders Arsenal face Brentford. Chelsea are away at Leeds, and Liverpool trying to move on from that win today and build on it. Have the mightily impressive newly promoted Sunderland visiting Anfield, and then West Ham beaten by Liverpool today. Go to Manchester United without Paquetá, of course, who will be suspended. So in terms of the leaders Arsenal, you keep saying to me, you've got to win your home games. That's certainly one they've got to win on Wednesday. Then.
Without a doubt, Steve. And I think that they know it as well. Obviously, the more you can win away, the more chance you don't really want to lose any at home, but you've got to win the home game. So, again, it's a good point. That's another game that they have to win. So, you know, onwards and upwards.
Against the team, let's be honest, who've surprised us all, haven't they?
They always do. They always do. But at the same time, this is about taking the last step, Steve, and this is what Arsenal are trying to do this season. So these games have to be won at home. OK. I'm glad you two are finishing the day with a smile. It was very interesting watching Chelsea-Arsenal with you.
Yeah, he's been abusing me for the whole afternoon.
He's
provocative, isn't
it?
Gentlemen, great to see you. Thank you very much to Gianfranco and to Wright here. Point of peace between their former clubs. Arsenal then head into this busy midweek match round with that 5-point cushion at the top of the table. From the 3 of us, we'll see you in the week. Take care.